Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's Sunday night, which means it's trad beer night, and the beers we're going for tonight are both the same, or are they? No, they're not. One's alcohol free, one's fully leaded. It's these two. It's the Moretti and Moretti alcohol free. What's the point of this video? Not a lot really, other than just to compare and contrast the alcohol free to the regular full fat version side by side, just to see how close they are. Never drunk a huge amount of Moretti. You know, if there's no decent beer on and it's the best of the lagers, I'll have one. I've tried a few of the alcohol-free Moretti though, because I drink mostly alcohol-free nowadays for medical reasons. But yeah, never done the comparison of this one. Done a few comparisons, namely the Adnams for one. I think I've done the Stella and a few others as well, and they're good fun. And yeah, we're going to do the Moretti tonight. So we are going to pour one into one glass, one into the other, and see what they're like. We're going to compare to the usual 5 pillars of judgment, but we're not going to score them on the 5 pillars of judgment. But before we start, we're going to talk about the Untappd aide memoir, the check-ins. There have been 382,000 check-ins for the regular Moretti, so I think it's safe to say it's a pretty popular beer. It's got an average score of 3.16. Whereas the alcohol-free version lagging behind at 17,400 check-ins and an average score 2.52. So clearly the leaded version is thought better of than the unleaded version there of the beer. So let's not waste any time, and we'll get them out into a glass. So we're going to start with alcohol-free. I'm going to pour that into my AF Beer Club glass. It's fitting, really. So let's have a look. So it's crazy pale. No getting away from that. It does look like a lager. Clear, golden, crystal clear actually. No haze at all. White head. Yeah, nothing to write home about, but it looks like a lager. And the regular leaded version, we're going to pour into my Beer Co glass, so don't use it. So we're going to do it tonight. And the pour on this one is, if it is at all possible, seemingly paler. That'll do. Is it paler? No. It just looked in the glass, side by side. There you go. Look, alcohol-free in the AF Beer Club glass in my right hand, and the regular leaded one in the left. They look about the same, to be fair. It's a little bit, perhaps a bit more fridge haze on the leaded version, and the head is a little bit tighter. And yeah, so visually very similar. Not a lot to call, put them a different way around, just to yeah, very similar. So make of that what you will. Let's have a whiff of both of them. We're going to start with the leaded one, and we're going to have that one first because that's the source of truth. It smells clean, hoppy, quite malty, little bit spicy. There's a sweetness behind it, whereas the alcohol-free version, it's void of much. Yeah, the leaded version's got much more on the nose. This one is lighter, much lighter, to the point where I'm questioning what's going on at all. It's a little bit malty, but so it goes to show that the leaded version has got much more on the nose. As for the body, let's try the leaded one. Light to medium, good carbonation, clean and crisp in the mouth. And this one, similar, but a little bit more velvety, shall we say. It's a little bit more carbonation's a little bit stronger on the alcohol-free. Yeah, so ignore me for a minute. I was just checking something on the bottle. So, in terms of the flavour, the leaded version, it is malty, and it's quite a hoppy lager as lagers go. And this one, yeah, yes. So it is brewed with maize. It has that 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 thing about it. And the unleaded version, really light on the flavour. It's much more bland. It's got a little bit of the hop coming through, but really not a lot. On a scale of 0 to 5, it's like a 1 on the scent strength. Sorry, the scent strength, the flavour strength. You know, it's very, very light, very, very insipid. It's not to say the leaded version is super strong. It's not in terms of the flavour, but there's more about it. It's a lot more authentic, shall we say, compared to the alcohol-free. It's a little bit spicier, a little bit bitter comparison, and yeah, this one is just flavoured water. Now I was checking the two beers just to make sure that I remembered it right, and they both contain a hop extract as opposed to actual hops, which I know it can be a bit of a point of contention. Some people prefer the real hops, some people don't mind the extract. It is what it is. So yeah. Anyway, the finish on a lager, I like them to be crisp, clean, refreshing, slightly grassy, and I want a little bit, excuse me, depending on the hops used, I want a little bit of that pepperiness to come through. And the leaded one is crisp. It is clean. It's light and refreshing. It does what a lager should, and it has that little bit of bitterness on the back end, which could be translated as slightly spicy and peppery. But the alcohol-free version, it's light, it's clean, and it's crisp. But there is no flavour on the back end. Save for just a hint. It's like having a piece of an orange, sucking all the flavour out of it, and you've just got the flesh left. There's nothing going on. Which you would think when they were brewing it, they'd try and put something into it to kind of make it closer to the real thing. There's a point of doing an alcohol-free version of a beer, and that is to replicate your main flavours, your main aspects, everything that makes that beer good. Just take the alcohol out. And some brewers like Adnams can do it quite well. Some brewers like Mash Gang, who do nothing but alcohol-free, can put so much flavour into an alcohol-free beer that you don't feel like you're missing out. Whereas the Moretti alcohol-free isn't remotely close to the real thing, which is a shame. The zero is meant to be the alcohol, but I think it actually refers to the flavour. And it's a shame because it's such a big brand, obviously brewed by Heineken. Yeah, you think they would put more effort in to try and capture more of that market because it's a growing market. People are perhaps more health conscious, or they're just more sort of less interested rather in alcohol as opposed to more interest. Yeah, it's just a shame because there's so much better alcohol-free beer out there. And you know, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm going to drink the real thing over the alcohol-free. I don't drink a lot of it anyway, but the Moretti alcohol-free just isn't close in any way, shape or form to the fully leaded one. Make of it what you will. So yeah, there we go. This one is authentic. This one is 0 completely. In name, in flavour, in everything. There we go. We'll leave it there and say, those have been the beers. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.